Oh, actually, this is the first time that I'm going to talk about a a third party figure, only because I didn't think that they would ever make this particular figure, and I'm kind of excited about it. And it actually turns out to it looks kind of good, especially for a third party. But so this is the Mr. Freeze Arnold Schwarzenegger 1/6 scale figure, a manufacturer called, I think it's called Dragon Toy, obviously in China. They're not licensed per se, so that's where you see the Dr. Zero, because they can't say Mr. Freeze, but this is Mr. Freeze. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger. This figure looks really, really cool, and even though the movie Batman Robin is definitely not a good movie, I mean, I find it to be fun because of all the ice puns Schwarzenegger makes and just some other stupid things that happen in that movie. So it's one of those guilty pleasure movies, I guess. But Batman Robin is definitely not a good movie. But I did want this Mr. Freeze figure. I just never thought that Hot Toys would make him, and I mean they're not making him, they're not producing him, but this third party is. And to me, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. And then from my understanding, I think he's not too long of a wait. I think he'll be released the first quarter of next year, 2024. And then you can see him here with like the wings or whatever that he used in the movie, which is kind of ridiculous, by the way, but there it is. And I like this right here, this LED light up helmets. Like this shot right here looks really, really cool. So I'm definitely interested in this because I did want a Mr. Freeze. There's no George Clooney Hot Toys that's been announced or anything, but I know I wanted a Mr. Freeze because Mr. Freeze is one of my favorite Batman villains. You know, the Joker, Riddler, and Mr. Freeze is one of them. And so I'm very interested in this one. So I really like the way that one comes out. Hopefully it turns out and looks like this when the final figure actually is done, because there's just a prototype. And because I wanted a different Mr. Freeze before, like the Mondo version, because I wanted to get some Mondo figures, like the Batman from the animated series and the Joker, Mark Hamill. And I wanted this one, but this Mr. Freeze from Mondo was very, very limited, and I missed out on that a long time ago. I wasn't collecting when this actually came out, so there's that. And then also there's another manufacturer that when Dragon Toys released or announced their Mr. Freeze or Dr. Zero, the manufacturer, I think this is Soso. This is their Mr. Freeze, also not licensed, so they call him Mr. Ice. Mr. Ice, so there you go. They don't have anything else as far as like the Mr. Freeze outfit like the other one, so I'm leaning more towards the one that I showed you before. So this one right here. But yeah, that was interesting that they're doing this. So that's pretty much it here.